With Hogwarts Legacy out now, people have been noticing some optimization issues, especially in lower to mid-end PCs. So I'm here to help you guys with your graphics settings to help you boost your FPS with the most optimal settings you can use while making your game look as good as possible at the same time. First of all, I want you guys to definitely use DLSS or any equivalent form of it like FSR if your graphics card supports it. If you're worried about it lowering the sharpness or quality of your game, you can just come down here and increase the sharpness quality to around 30% to get some of that quality back. You can keep your depth of field on since it mostly affects only your cutscenes, and the rest of these are mostly preference based, so you can just do whatever you want with them because it doesn't really affect your PC that much, honestly. I was having quite a bit of problem with frame drops trying to find out the right settings, but with enough testing I think I figured out just the right settings for any mid-tier PC. For the graphics settings, I prefer using high or ultra on the FX quality since it gives you more particles on your magic and everything, and I found it doesn't really affect your FPS as much as you'd think. Next, for material quality, I set it to ultra as well for more realistic looking character models. Walk quality can be set to low for more performance since there's not really that big of a difference between low and ultra. I personally have it at medium. You can set the sky quality to low if you really want a bit more FPS, but I personally really like the way the sky looks, so I've set it to high. For foliage quality, it's best to set it to medium since it doesn't really affect the actual quality of the foliage, but it instead affects the density and quantity of it. I find medium to be the perfect sweet spot. I personally set the post-processing quality to high since it smoothens out the edges nicely and just makes the overall game look much better without affecting your frames too much actually. It's best to set shadow quality at low for more performance. For texture, it entirely depends on the VRAM of your graphics card. I have 6GB of VRAM, so I have this at medium, but if you have more, you can just try bumping it up more, and it's gonna make your game look even more clearer. Minimum of medium on view distance is a must, since it can make it harder to see objects afar and make them even blurry at low view distance settings. For population quality, it's best to set it at low, since the more people there are around you, the lower the FPS. Keep in mind you can turn on ray tracing, but it's gonna take about 10 to 15 FPS away from your game, give or take. So I recommend keeping ray tracing off. The only time your FPS is gonna drop a bit is if you're in some settlement like Hogsmeade, with lots of buildings and people around, but it should still be decently playable. Keep in mind that I have some undervolting going on, and yet I'm averaging 60 FPS and above easily. I hope these settings helped you gain some more FPS, and may you become the greatest wizard or witch the world has ever seen. Thanks for watching.